Well. Another 90-Day Fiancé cast member has started their own GoFundMe. And everybody knows, or unless you're new to the channel, knows that I disagree with GoFundMe, especially when it comes to 90-Day Fiancé cast members. If anything, just anyone that is in the reality world or spotlight world. Simply because they see it as, look at me guys, I've been on TV, I'm now somebody important, and now I need money, so you must help me. At least that's how I see it anyway. So, we have got David and Sheila. Some of you may not remember them, but just to give you a quick news flash on who David and Sheila is. Sheila is all the way from the Philippines, and David is from America. David is the guy that first appeared on the show. I mean, he appeared as the first ever and the only ever deaf cast member of all time. Okay? Now, here's another thing. When he went on his journey to Philippines to obviously meet Sheila for the first time, as well as her son, he also had every single aspiration of bringing Sheila to the States. Okay, and Sheila made it abundantly clear that she wanted to come to the States as well. It was just a matter of her son agreeing along with the idea, which he did in the end. So that tells me that clearly David had a plan of how he was going to get her to the States and how he was going to fund for their trip. But here's the thing though, we are here for a GoFundMe, and this GoFundMe, as you can see, is titled Support Our Family. And as you can see, the goal is $150,000. Now, I do not know what is the highest that has ever been requested before by a 90-Day Fiancé cast member, but this is the highest that I have ever seen. Okay, so far, as you can see, 17.2K has been raised. Now, with that being said, let's get down to what it says here, to exactly what they want the money for. Now, remember what I already told you at the very beginning about what the goal was for him to go to the Philippines to bring Sheila back to the States, which means clearly he would have had a plan. Well, he says, hey everyone, I am David, and I am raising money to buy a home for me, my fiancé, and her son. To live in a home with my family is a dream come true. However, I'm hesitant because I'm worried my job and my current salary would not allow me to afford a home. Please help my family so we can be together. Trust me when I tell you, we are going to come back to that first paragraph. But let's continue. My fiancée Sheila and I met online in a group for deaf singles. We began talking every day for 2 years until 2023. When I flew to meet her in the Philippines, during our time there, her mother had an unfortunate accident that resulted to her passing. Despite all of the challenges we faced, Sheila and I have a very strong love and bond. We want to live together with her son in a safe home. Currently, I'm working in a casino, cleaning the machines and floor, and at a grocery store stocking shelves. My salary alone will not be enough to purchase a good home for our family. Please help us to afford a quiet home where we can live together. Okay? So, what is my standpoint on this? Like I already said before, I don't agree with them because, yeah. But let's just go back to the first paragraph itself in particular. Okay? In this paragraph, okay, he makes it abundantly clear. He says he needs money to live in a home. My apologies, I'm currently under the weather. But hey ho, we survive. Anyway, he says to live in a home with my family is a dream come true. However, I'm hesitant because I'm worried my job and current salary will not allow me to afford a home. Here's the thing. You went to Philippines with a plan to bring this woman and her kid back to America, which means you had a plan. If your plan is somehow not worked out because the salary is all of a sudden, out of nowhere, not mathing, someone tell me, how is that then our responsibility? He is the one that made the jump to want to be in the Philippines. He is the one that made the jump to tell her and pretty much promise her for a life in the States. It is currently not working out, so somebody tell me, how is that our problem? That's what I want to know. But also on top of that, the moment that Sheila is able to come to the UK, no, to the UK, to the US, do you know what that means? It means at some point she'll be able to work as well. So why not wait? So why not wait until she gets her visa, her work visa, and therefore she can come and get a job too? Then that will be 2 salaries. You can do something with that. Now, I'm going to give people a quick little reminder. There was another cast member from the UK. I believe his name was Sean, and he had a woman from the Philippines. She came over, and she came over, and at the time, Sean himself was actually broke. I think I remember he had actually lost his job, had no money, had a home, but had no money. And when she came over, she was well under the influence that, hey, you know, we're going to have money, blah, blah, but it didn't. So now she's currently working to help him pay for his bills, as well as him obviously working as well. Now, I don't know if she's been able to bring her child over, but my point being is they made it work. Don't get me wrong. I think they may have started a GoFundMe, to be fair, but it failed miserably. And that's another good point. They made a GoFundMe, and nobody wanted to pay. Because people were like, nah. You the one that brought this woman to the UK. So you got to do what you got to do. But then again, maybe that's just saying that people in the UK are just built different to the people in the States. We're like, listen, this is your problem, not my problem. It was your idea to bring a woman from another country. You're the one that told her you could afford it. So you have to sit in your issue and you have to solve it yourself. This is pretty much a similar scenario. But let's get into the next paragraph, okay? Yeah, you know what I do. I decipher everything. Look, here's the thing. You know the way he obviously has to mention that he's deaf? In my opinion, personally, that's a tactic to say, hey, I have a disadvantage in life, blah, 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 or I am deaf, so blah, 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 blah. That's just my opinion. But then also on top of that, he also mentions her mother's passing. Can somebody tell me, what does her mother's passing got to do with them living in the States? Somebody tell me. Don't tell me I'm not being sympathetic. Don't tell me I'm being savage. I want to know, what does them meeting in a group for deaf people or deaf singles, and what does her mother's passing got to do with them getting their dream home? Despite all the challenges we faced, Sheila and I have a strong love and bond. Well, if you got a strong love and bond, well, guess what, buddy? I'm pretty sure you can wait until she comes to the States, and then therefore she can get a job too, and then maybe able to make it work in some way, somehow. Like I said before, you're actually working. The guy Sean from here, he wasn't even bloody working, you know? I mean, that guy blindsided the hell out of that woman, to be fair with you. But anyway, that's my point. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, also on top of that, here, he obviously says, you know, I'm currently working in a casino, cleaning the machines and the floor. Oh, so so now you're trying to make it for story for the fact that you're doing a cleaning job? I don't know, but that could be a tactic too. Okay? And then also working at a grocery store, stacking shelves. But do you know what the crazy thing is? This shows me that you are a working man. It means that you are a grafter. It means that you are willing to do what needs to be done to get money and to get food on the table. So therefore, it tells me that really and truly, you're a hardworking person. So the idea of even thinking about a GoFundMe is crazy to me. Make that make sense, please, somebody. Or am I just missing the plot? I don't know. Is this a British thing that maybe we're just a bit more hard-headed or whatever, or we're just a bit more savvy, or we care less, or we've got slightly smaller hearts? I don't know. You tell me. Because this is a ruckus. My salary alone will not be enough to purchase a good home for our family. So how was that the public's problem? But like I said before, I am sick and tired of these 90-day people that go on the show and think they can do a GoFundMe. And you know the crazy thing is, there has been other people that has been on this show who have been in a financial situation that is not the best, but they have not set up a GoFundMe. They have not set up a GoFundMe. You hear me? Okay? Now, if you're on a GoFundMe for the greater good of something positive, it's a different conversation. Different conversation. But hey, that is just my thoughts on this whole thing. Don't agree with it, never will agree with it. Because the way I see it, like I've always said, if any of us were in a situation where we needed a new home, we needed one. If we set up a GoFundMe, how many of these 90-day people are going to reach out and pay the GoFundMe? In fact, haven't you ever noticed that each time a 90-day fiancé cast member create a GoFundMe. None of the 90 Day Fiancé cast members, present or past, ever donates to any of them. That should tell you something. Especially the ones that create GoFundMe accounts themselves. Do you see them trying to help the others? Absolutely nada. Nada. We are all people that have to work, live, survive in this world of our own back. Okay? What would we have done 10, 20 years ago when there wasn't a GoFundMe? How would he have got her to the States then? She still would have come some way, somehow. They would have found money for her to get there. And then after that, they would have found a way to make it work. Because here's the thing. I have a very strong love and bond. Sheila and I have a very strong love and bond. As far as I'm concerned, old school ways. People that have a strong love and bond find a way to make it work, and they find a way to be together some way, somehow. Nothing stops them. And back in the day, they didn't have a GoFundMe to make it happen. They just found a way to make it happen. Maybe whether that be robbing a bank, selling some, you know, they made it work. Either way, though, let me know your thoughts. I'm done. I'm out. Peace.